Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm here today to do a tag, which is one that Nova Mundi started, and I've seen Taproot Tarot has done a VR, and I'm hoping other people will. So this is collectors mass market must-haves, so collectors must-haves, and basically it's aimed at people who do collect decks. And I do collect. It's quite a new thing for me, but I've got a small collection, and mine's kind of split into historical / Marseille and Italian decks. And then on the other hand, I've got a few RWS based and a couple of Toth. So yeah, like I've got like 20 or 30 of each, a few more of the historical decks than I've got of the RWS, but I do like RWS. I like systems that kind of deviate from traditional RWS, so like reinterpretations of the RWS system. But yeah, so that's what I'm going to show you today, like decks that I think are must-haves for small collectors like me. I think if you're a big collector, you'll probably have all of these anyway. So first of all, Nova gave quite a few prompts, and I think I found a deck for every prompt. So the first one is an oldie but a goodie. And for this, I chose the Morgan Greer, which is of course an RWS. It's an older deck. I can't remember when it first came out. I think it was in the 80s, if I remember. 79, there you go. The first edition was 1979. This is a US Games deck. And yeah, I really enjoy it. I have this one by my bed for any occasion, like if I'm doing a like an online live session. So Elemental Cartomancy does lives on Thursdays, and I usually try and catch that one. And then we always draw cards together. So and this is the deck I've been using for that the last few months, mainly because the readings are so clear, and also the pictures are quite clear, and you know, I'm lying in bed falling asleep by that time of the evening. Yeah, and these are really, you know, bright, visually bright and symbolically clear images, and I really like them. Vasco from Crow's Little World got me this deck, and I really appreciate it, and the lovely crocheted bag that it comes in. I actually keep it with my Mother piece in case I want to look across the meanings, because Mother piece is my kind of original deck that I learn with, and it's still my reference deck in terms of if I can't think of the meaning of a card. But yeah, they're beautiful. Queen of Swords. I mean, some of them are more obviously RWS than others, aren't they? I love that death. That's a really cool one. I also like it because it's got lots of roses in. I wanted a roses deck, and then suddenly discovered that I actually already had this. I didn't realise there were so many flowers in it, but it's actually quite a flowery deck as well. Yeah, beautiful. And the mustachioed chariot. So yeah, most people probably know this one, but I think that's a deck that probably everyone has or should have in their collection as a oldie but a goodie. So the second category was RWS. Now, Nova showed an actual RWS, and I only have one, and I don't particularly like it. I've got another one on the way. But so I'm showing a RWS like, a clone, I suppose people would call it. Oh dear. Sorry, YouTube. I might have to put a little smiley face over that picture. Yeah, so this is the Fyodor Pavlov tarot, and it's gorgeous. And the reason I think this is a collector's deck is the production quality for a mass market is absolutely amazing. I mean, it's linen, first of all. Sorry, who's the publisher? This is US Games as well. And yeah, I mean, US Games do very good quality decks much of the time. I'm going to have to skip if there's nakedness here because of YouTube's restrictions, but the book is hardback, hardcover, and it's colour inside, and you know, really, and the page quality and the quality of this is just really outstanding for a mass market deck. It was a little more pricey than your average mass market deck. I can't remember exactly how much. I seem to remember like $27 or something like that. But yeah, you've got the gold on the back, and then it's in order because I actually haven't used this very much. It's very much a collector's deck for me. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the art, it's not my favourite art style. It's sort of Art Nouveau. But I do love the designs and the body diversity and the interpretations and his descriptions in the guidebook as well. Yeah, just it's a really quality deck, and I should use it. I will at some stage. I just need to get around to a nice temperament. Keep having to cover up very blatant nudity because, but look at that moon card, it's gorgeous. And then the suits are like color coordinated, so he has green for the wands, and then blue for the cups. My cat's knocking stuff off the table. Hello, cat. Aren't they gorgeous? Yeah, I really should use this. It's like it represents different cultures as well, you know, like different traditional dress and things like that, which is quite interesting, as well as, you know, different types of family unit. So that's why I bought it, and I really like it. I just haven't got around to using it. Yeah, so blue for the cups. Ooh, that's a bit of a heart, isn't it? Red for the swords. Yeah, so red for the swords and yellow or kind of golden orange for the discs, for the coins. And those colours all make sense. So yeah, it's just really a really nicely designed system. Well, I mean, it's based on the RWS system, but his sort of additions to that system. Oh, my queen. Yeah, so that is the Fyodor Pavlov, and I really should get that out more, and I hopefully will this year. Okay, the next one is a Non-Marseilles pip, and I had a few different ones for this, but I'm going to show you the Minchiati Fiorentina. So this Nova also showed a Minchiati, and so did Aina from Taproot Tarot. So this is the Minchiati category, but it's a Non-Marseilles pip, and Nova showed the Alcigno, which is from the same series, the Lo Scarabeo Anima Antiqua. I don't have the Alcigno. I keep being tempted by it, but I've done a Kickstarter for the Leone, which is quite similar in some ways. So it's the older style of Minchiati. This one is the newer style, and I really like this one. It's actually slightly in order because I was walking through Musings by Masha, was doing an explanation of the virtues. So I was looking at the virtue card. So we've got these virtues and the beautiful reds in this deck. I really like the reds and greens. And then, yeah, we've got the strength card. So there's another Minchiati, Etruria, which is sort of even more delicate in the design, but that's out of print. That was another Alioni, Lo Scarabeo, sorry. but that one's out of print. So I got this one, and I like the size. It's like really mini. It's very small. And shuffleable. It's quite shuffleable, you know. It's not my favourite cardstock, the Los de Antigua cardstock, but it is very nice and shuffleable, and the size of the cards makes it quite easy to do kind of large spreads, and I like large spreads with the Minky Arty because you've got all the extra cards as well, the elemental cards and the astrological cards. Oh, my dog's come to visit. Hello. So yeah, it's a beautiful deck, this one. Oh, and the other nice thing about this deck is Pisces, is that the coin suit, let's see if I can find one, has faces on the coins, which I didn't shuffle it very well, which, there we go, which the El Chigno doesn't. So that was another reason that I went for this edition rather than the El Chigno. The El Chigno is still available as well, but this one is also, I think, still available on like Amazon and places like that. Aren't they beautiful? I think there's one coin as well, I can't remember which one it is, the 7 or the 9 or something, which has birds instead of faces, which is quite curious as well. I think that's in this deck. A monkey looking in the mirror. I always think that's like becoming aware of itself. Anyway, yeah. So, and the nice magician tricking the youngsters. Yeah, it's a beautiful deck. So that is the Non-Marseille, my Non-Marseille pip deck that I think I recommend for collectors. Okay, and then a Marseille-style is the next category. So this one is a new favourite. So it's Tarot de Marseille by Emmanuel Iger or Iger, or I'm not quite sure. I'm sorry, Emmanuel, how you pronounce that. And this is by, took me a minute to find out the publisher, Anime they're called, and they're what's it called? They're a mark of Leduc, an imprint, I guess, from the publisher Leduc. But it is mass market. I got this on Amazon UK, and I think it was shipped from Amazon EU. And this is a convert, which somebody else also showed a convert. I think, I can't remember if it was Ino or Nova. But I really like this. Oh no, that's right. Nova showed the Piatnik, which I want. But this is very cute. I think I got this because I saw it on Masha's channel, and it's got this lovely sort of soft gilding. It's not spiky gilding at all. It's very soft gilding, and it's a slightly cleaned up facsimile of the convert from, what year was Nicholas Convert? 1760 or something, I think. Can't remember. But yeah, it's just, the colours are lovely, and the size is beautiful, and the cardstock is very, very nice, bendy, shuffleable. My dog, what are you doing, Dad? She's like under the table grumbling at me. I know, yes, you've just been for a walk and now you're hungry and you want me to feed you, but you have to lie down for 20 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, it's just a lovely little deck, and I want to actually, I think I'm gonna switch it out. I've got another deck in my car at the moment, so I've got a new category for my deck of the month, which is deck in my car, because I bought a new car and now I keep things in it, including a deck. So I've got an oracle in there at the moment, but I might pop this into a little bag and keep this in my car because it's so cute. Look, I really like it. My first actual convert facsimile. I've got a lot of decks based on convert, well, you know, a handful of sort of modern decks that were based on Conver, but this is my first actual Nicholas Conver. I drew my own deck based on Conver 1760. Isn't it pretty? I love the blues, the very pale blues in this, and the ochre. Very nice. So yeah, that is my collector's recommendation for a Tarot de Marseille. Just shuffles so nicely. I'm waiting. I've got a it's not a mass market. I've got a linen Marseille waiting for me in the UK that I bought myself for Christmas, so I'm quite excited about that. I've been wanting a linen Marseille. So yeah, I think they're called Cartogram, French-based company. And yes, I'm very excited about it. Is it Dodal? I think it's a Dodal. Okay. The next category, an underrated artist. Okay, so I chose this one. Diego Gabriele is the artist, and I haven't seen this much on YouTube, and it's an amazing deck actually. And the style of art is something that I really like. It's almost like you know, adult comic style, like not anime exactly, but my brother used to be quite into, you know, like Sandman and what were the other ones, Swamp Thing and Hellblazer and all of those when we were young, when we were growing up. And so I encountered this kind of art style quite a lot, and yeah, I really like it. But I've had to, so it is mass market. You can buy this on online, and I'm going to come back to this a bit later in the video. I've had to like put it in order so that the nudity is all at the back, because there's a huge amount of nudity in this deck. But yeah, it's black and white. The cardstock's really nice, and I just love some of the interpretations. It's RWS based, but they're kind of these zoomed in images. I think most of the knights are female, which I love. Okay, this is nudity, but it's a boy, so I don't think they can block me for that. And look at this amazing page. Ooh, this amazing page of wands. Isn't that stunning? Yeah, it's like Queen of Cups. That cup is floating. And I love this guy as well, the Fool. Being eaten by tiny little monsters. Look. I just love the art style. It's amazing. The Magician. And all the kings have these ginormous beards. I really like them. That's the King of Wands. See, I mean, I tried to filter it for nudity, and there's still nudity. Look at that guy. So cool. Six of Swords. Yeah, I really like this deck. I think it is underrated. I think I saw it on Lennox Reese's channel, but I don't remember seeing it anywhere else. And it is freely available. Chariot's gorgeous too. Wow. And the strength. Eh? It's beautiful. Some of them have these kind of, I don't know if you can see, but there's the ink, and then you can see behind the ink where he's drawn the pencil sketch, which I love that. It's like a shadow of his original sketch behind the main sketch. 6. And the star. There's like a little line. You can just see the pencil outlines behind, and the ibis. Don't know when we're going to get to the nudity. Soon, probably. Yeah, anyway, I absolutely love this deck. I've it's joined my collection quite recently, so I still need to work with it, get to understand it better. Look at that there. Wow. There's the rose on the flag at the top. You see, they're all kind of zoomed in. Beautiful. I must stop. Oh, look at that Knight of Swords. I love this one. The movement, the speed. So cool. The Emperor with the okay, I think we're getting to nudity. Oh, let me just show you the pentacles. The King and Queen. Aren't they gorgeous? I love them. Yeah, so that is Disorder, Tarot of Innocence, and the artist is Diego Gabriele. And apparently quite a famous kind of comic artist, but I'd not heard of him myself before seeing this deck and picking it up. Okay, so the next one, historical deck, my mini Solar Busca. I use this mainly for, I've made loads of notes on the Solar Busca from Giordano Berti's work, all the meanings of the cards, but I haven't really read with it. I did all of this and figured out all the meanings of all the cards, and I think it even comes with a little meanings thing as well, but then I haven't really used it for, oh yeah, it does. I haven't really used it for for readings. See there, court cards, no, but these ones in the little booklet are basically RWS, which is weird. But then these ones are more based on the actual images themselves, so quite good interpretations, I think. Oh, I must have done a reading because I got this guy. Yeah, so I mean, it's the mini version. I love that. I love the mini version. I mean, the images are very detailed, but you can still kind of see everything that's going on. And yeah, it's just a really nice one to have in your collection, mini or large, because it's the history of tarot, you know. It's like an amazing example of an old deck with a completely different system, unrelated to any of our systems that we currently use, but you know, a lot of people drew from it. So some of the RWS images that Pixie developed were based on images from the Solar Busca. Apparently she went to a exhibition of the Solar Busca cards where they were showing the Solar Busca cards, and she developed some of her imagery based on the cards. I think the Three of Swords, for example. So it's, yeah, it's, and the Fool in this card, and you know, there's quite a few obviously links to like early Italian tarot systems and so on. So just wondering if we can get to a, I think there's swords, but you know, something like that might have influenced like the wands. There's a bit of information online that I can't remember off the top of my head about which particular cards were influenced by which other cards. So I can imagine her kind of walking around this exhibition and like doing sketches and taking notes, and then going back and developing her minor arcana. So they don't always map onto the same suit, for example, but the imagery is obviously there. That's the Fool. Marto. Got a set of bagpipes or something. Yeah, so the Solar Busca, I think really an important deck, and one that any collector of historical tarots will probably already have in their collection. And the little mini Lo Scarabeo version is very cool. Okay, the next one, historical deck, a deck by a renowned artist or using a renowned artist's work. And I actually, funny enough, I thought I had loads of like artist decks, but I've only really got that one in mass market. I mean, I've got things like Folkloric Forest, but that's an indie deck, I believe. I mean, I know it became freely available, but I don't think it's mass market. I think it's still indie. In fact, Nova Mundi showed this one, and I'm just thinking maybe, yeah, but it is in terms of mass market, this is the only one I really have. So I won't go into it too much because Nova already showed it, but it is also just the production quality of this deck is amazing. It's got the gilding, comes with a little booklet, and then he provides a very big booklet on his website for free. And this is Ed Byrne, and who published this? Look at the inside of the box. Time is the mercy of eternity. Without time's swiftness, which is the swiftest of all things, all were eternal torment. Wow. If we were stuck in time. Yeah, I've actually been reading a bit about William Blake recently and getting quite into... Red Feather. There you go. It's by Red Feather. Yeah, and I've been getting quite into his ideas, you know. So he was really into the idea that creativity... I mean, a lot of you probably know about him. I don't know that much about William Blake. But yeah, he thought creativity was like divine aspect of humans, and yeah, and he developed this whole kind of almost like a fantasy world based on nakedness, based on his ideas of these kinds of archetypal characters, and yeah, so this deck reinterprets a lot of the majors and also the suits. So he has suits of science, painting, poetry. I love the poetry suit. And science. Oh, I said science. Poetry, painting, and music. That's it. We cannot experience pleasure but by means of others. Wow. Gods are visions of the eternal attributes or divine names, cooperating in the bliss of man, obeying his will, servants to the infinite and eternal of the human form. Yeah, so I'm gonna, this is another deck that I want to deep dive, and I'm gonna do that because, yeah, I watched a documentary quite recently, and it kind of blew my mind a bit about William Blake's ideas, and I was actually kind of thinking of not keeping this because I have quite a few decks that, you know, are their own system, and I was a bit worried that I would never get round to learning the system, but since watching that documentary about William Blake, I want to know more, so I am definitely going to be diving into that one. Yeah, and just really good quality production as well there by Red Feather, so definitely one for collectors. I'm just going to pause, my dogs are starving. Okay, I'm back. I fed my dogs and I fed me as well. I always wait for my dogs to eat before I eat, otherwise I feel guilty, but I was actually starving. We went for a run earlier, like a 5k, wasn't massive, but I was very hungry afterwards. Anyway, okay, where are we? We're on a deck by a renowned occultist. So this is actually by two renowned occultists, Robert Wang and Dr. Israeli Rigadi. So he was one of the last members of the Golden Dawn to be alive, and he, like, advised quite a lot of people on the secrets of the Golden Dawn, from what I can understand. And among other things, he assisted more than one person in making a Golden Dawn deck, because the actual Golden Dawn decks, they don't exist anymore like they were. I don't know what happened to them, but there's no existing real Golden Dawn deck. They were all drawn by the members, from what I can understand. So they were recreated by the members and then later by Robert Wang, and then there were another couple of people. What were their names? I'll put it on the screen, I've forgotten. They were recreated based on descriptions of what the cards should look like. And apparently Israeli Regardie said he advised Robert Wang on this one, and then said it was brilliant. And then the next people who did it, I think they were called Cicero, something like that. He advised them and said theirs was much better. So I don't know. I think this Regardie character was he was a funny character. Anyway, but this is the Golden Dawn Tarot by Robert Wang, and I love it. It's really cool. If you look across other decks, you know, other British esoteric tradition decks, you can see a lot of the crossovers. You can see the ways that Wang differently interpreted what was written down about the cards. Look at this one. I absolutely love it. That's my favourite Lovers card, I think. In all the Lovers cards, this guy. It's just brilliant. The Chariot's cool as well. And you get a lot of these like Masonic temple floors, the Egyptian references. But then obviously still all this influence from the Marseille as well. The Sphinx sitting on top of the Wheel of Fortune usually. Monkey at the bottom. Yeah, so it's cool. And then it's Pippi. Death card as well, I love it. Yeah, so the pips are just hands coming out of clouds, but I love that. You know, this is like the hand coming out of the clouds in the Marseille aces. The Ace of Wands and the Ace of Swords. But it's throughout the whole deck, these disembodied hands, which I think are really great. So there's the Wands. Ooh, nudity again. Yeah, and you get the Prince, which is interesting. I guess, you know, influences here on thingy Crowley as well. Look at that nice Two of Cups with dolphins. Who was talking about dolphins the other day? We were talking about dolphins and dragons in the cup suit in the... It was Ina and a lady called Megan who's doing the challenge with the mother piece. And the mother piece has dolphins in the back. And Ina was connecting that to dragons in the Marseille-style, I think. Anyway, very cool. So a lot of these things, look at these nice flower showers. It's a flower shower. I like the cups. Ooh, nudity again. And the swords. It's a nice Three of Swords. And then finally the Pentacles. Yeah, I think they're Pentacles here. Well, they're not, are they? I wonder what the suit's called, actually. Oh, it is called Pentacles. So I'm scared of nudity. Prince of Pentacles. Oh, and she's got a nice goat. Yeah, so this is the Golden Dawn Tarot, based upon the esoteric designs of the Secret Order of Golden Dawn, illustrated by Wang under the direction of Israel Regardie. So that's how that came about. And I think, again, it's a great deck for collectors because of the historical elements. I mean, even the backs, you know, the rose cross, there's a swastika. It's like, wow. There's the caduceus, I always say that wrong, and the tree of life. Just very, very interesting. And I often actually refer to it as a, you know, cross-reference with other decks as a study deck. But I do kind of want to get into it a bit more at some stage as well, and understand the Golden Dawn system. So, yes, the Golden Dawn Tarot, US Games again. Okay, the next one is a recent release. So I haven't picked up very many mass market decks recently, but I got this one. This is an oracle. It's 100 divinations for uncertain days, and I've done a full walkthrough of this, so I'm not going to be ages here. But this is published by McNally Jackson Books. So, and yeah, she's a poet, Maria Popova. So, you know, it's not like a normal oracle or a normal divination kind of deck of cards, but it is a divination deck of cards. I mean, it's called 100 divinations for uncertain days, and it's got these beautiful birds with Maria Popova's poetry over the top. And I think as a collector's deck, the quality, first of all, of the packaging and everything, it's so big. I can't fit everything in, but it's got this like gold foiling. It's like kind of linen or fake cloth box on the top. It opens up like that. It's really beautifully done. And yeah, then the backs are absolutely gorgeous. It's not gilded, but I don't mind that. And these little blue duck eggs. And then, yeah, these absolutely gorgeous pictures from Audubon and various other very famous, like, people who sketched birds. And then over the top of that with her poetry. So let's just look at one. Searching for love is a dead end lined with melancholy, but have no doubt that love is never far, that it's generous to those hospitable to its touch, and only arrives to stay when we believe we may be found. Yeah, a lot of them are about love, relationships, friendships. And this is the black-throated blue wood warbler. Very pretty bird. Yeah, so I mean, it's a beautiful, beautiful deck. Yeah, so as I say, I've done a full walkthrough of this. I'm not going to be here for hours. But I think very well worth picking up if you like poetry and birds. And yeah, in terms of working with it, it's a bit unshufflable. But this is the kind of deck that I would just split the pack and read a card. It's not divinatory as much as it is kind of for those uncertain days, like a meditative thought or quality for a day. So yeah, there is that. And that's a recent release, and I can't remember when it was published. An underrated deck, the Tarot Yokai. Yeah, it's another one I haven't seen around much, and I get it's, first of all, this is in French. Yeah. And I don't think there is an English copy. But obviously, you know, these days we can just use Google Translate. And I find the images in this really easy to interpret, even without knowing all about the kind of mythical figures from Japanese culture. So it is based on like Japanese yokai, which are like spirits, I suppose, and mythological spirits. And I've seen a couple of walkthroughs of this, not walkthroughs, but people have shown it on their channels, and they complained about the cardstock, but I think they must have improved the cardstock, because my cardstock is really good. I mean, I can't remember where I first saw it. I think it was, what's her name? And she showed the card and she was like, oh, this cardstock's awful, but mine really isn't. It's really quite good cardstock. Yeah, and the art is incredible. Four of Swords. Yeah, so I think because of maybe because the cardstock initially wasn't very good, I do think this is rather underrated. But there's other Japanese kind of tarots out there. There's another yokai tarot, a newer one. I can't remember when this was. It's only a couple of years old. It's like 2003 or something. But I think I like the images on this one better. So that's the tower, and he's setting fire to a fire in the hearth, but then he's got fire on his tail. You can imagine with the Japanese, they have paper doors in some of the houses, don't they? That the house is going to burn down. There's the devil. Yeah, she's like a temptation kind of spirit lady, apparently. She's got skulls and bats. So I've read a few of them, and there's some really cool stories. But yeah, I think it's a bit underrated. And I think it's a real collector's deck, especially if you're into Japanese mythology, which I am. Japanese art. Well, the art is actually by an English guy, or American. I can't remember if he's English or American. Matthew Mayer, but apparently he's spent many years in Japan, and he does. He's another kind of comic artist. There's Death, La Mort. Yeah, and so each of them comes with a little story. So this fool is like a funny donkey character. That chariot. This is a dog with wings, and it represents loyalty as well as defending somebody that will defend you. I want a dog with wings. It'd be nice to have a dog with wings. That one's a bit scary. I don't like him very much. But yeah, some of these images are just so cool. Look at that. I love that. It's like a swamp monster. You know, you don't need to read a guidebook to know that that's a swamp monster. And the dragons. I think all of the aces are dragons, like constellations. Very cool. Yeah, so I think that's funny. It's like a friendly, weird spirit. I love Japanese movies, and you know, that reminds me of Spirited Away or something, with the bathhouse where all the Japanese spirits come to get a bath. And they're all really weird looking. And there's a cowfish. I love it. Yeah, so I think this is a very underrated deck. I think it's really fun, and I think it's worth, you know, braving the French guidebook. Look at that. Judgment. for these amazing stories. Wow. Yeah, it's really up my street. Temperance. It's like a fox spirit, but with, it's a lady who's also a fox. Oh, it's the nine-tailed fox, isn't it? What's the nine-tailed fox called? Kitsune. Anyway, I will stop. But yes, I love this deck. I haven't played with it enough yet because it's quite new to my collection. But I think it is a real collectible deck, and as I said, the quality of everything, the cardstock, the book, all of it, and it actually came with this little pink pouch as well, which I thought was very sweet of them to pop that in. So yeah, very recommended as a collector's deck for anyone who likes Japanese style art and mythology. There's Kitsune. A deck by a renowned deck creator. So yeah, this is quite fun. So I got this one quite recently. It's the Tarot of Haunted House, and it's by Sasha Graham. Now Sasha Graham is obviously very famous for doing another deck, the Darkwood. That's right, she did the Darkwood. Tarot of the Witch's Garden. Yeah, the Darkwood. The Magic of Tarot, and then yeah, she's done a book or a foreword for Llewellyn's Complete Book of Rider-Waite-Smith, so she's done quite a lot of writing as well. But she is a tarot creator as well as a author. Yeah, I guess Darkwood's her most famous. I haven't got the Darkwood, but yeah, I picked this up for Halloween and I love it. It's really cool. It's like a story. So it's all about this particular character, this lady, what's her name? I think Mirko Pierfederici is the artist, and Sasha Graham is the designer. And there is like a little bit of a story here at the front. Raven, that's right. So Raven Wandsworth is the main character, and you kind of follow her through this haunted house. And I mean, I'm sure lots of you have seen this, but I hadn't seen it before, so I got it. So there's the Ace of Cups. Yeah, and there's all these kind of interactions and things that happen in the house. I think that's Raven. That's right, and she's got 21, so she's this is the world, so she's got the key and she's able to escape the house. I think that's probably a bunch of zombies or something out to get her. Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, and it's got these kind of cool characters. So I've only just started playing with this one, but I really like it. It's fun. A lot of the, there's the Two of Cups, a lot of the images are similar to the Rider-Waite, but then it's got its own take on it based on the story. Like this one. I got that the other day actually, the King of Pentacles. He's sitting there on his pile of gold, like in an underground cavern under the house. He's an adventurer. Oh, and I got that one as well. Not well shuffled. Yeah, so this was the charity card. So she's like giving to the rats. And you never know how that's going to come back to you later. She's feeding them, I think. I like that. All these rats at her feet. Yeah, so I really like this. It's a fun interpretation. There's an evil sword stabbing man. Look at that. And there's there's vampires in some of the suits. She's drowning there. They're having a party and she's drowning. See, it's got its own take on everything. Yeah, I think it's really fun. He looks a bit like Jeff Bridges, doesn't he? Is it Jeff Bridges? like her with her bird of prey. Yeah, so I'm sure a lot of you have seen this deck, but it's new to me and I really like it. King of Cups. And yeah, great for this season as well. Okay, but I won't go all the way through. And it's got crows, which, you know, anything with a crow in it, I'm happy. So yes, ooh, Hierophant is performing an exorcism. It's absolutely brilliant. Yeah, I really like this deck. I'm very happy to have it in my collection. And that is by Sasha Graham and the art by Mirko Pieverici. And the Tower of the Haunted House. Next on the list, an important esoteric tarot. And I know Nova also showed an Atea. I can't remember what Ina showed for this. I don't want to shuffle it because I'm using this alongside my Eliphas Levi deck, which I'm doing with Drop on 78. But yeah, this is a version by Vieux-Monde. You can get it on Amazon, and it's a facsimile from an antique Atea tarot deck. So it is actually Atea's deck. It's not one of the subsequent ones based on Atea, but it's not got all the notes and writing. That there's another version of this. I think it's from Make Playing Cards, which has all the notes of Atea as well. So this is obviously a different version, but it is a, as far as I can understand, it is a facsimile of Atea's actual deck. So that's the cups. Yeah, I mean, Atea, the more I find out about the deck that I'm looking at, which is the Eliphas Levi, and the interpretations there, and then the ways that Atea has impacted on our understandings of tarot card meanings, the people that were influenced by him, you know, being all of the, you know, Crowley and Waite and Worth, and all of these people were influenced by Atea. So, you know, they all criticised him, but they based a lot of the systems. The Golden Dawn, you know, was based on Atea's work, a lot of it. You know, with changes and with, especially with the numbering and the organisation of the suits, but it was so important to the development of esoteric tarots. So yeah, it has to be Atea. And yeah, Vieux-Monde, very nice decks. It's a bit slippery, this cardstock, but nice and thick and blingy. Good reproduction. And yeah, it was, even though it was through Amazon, they put a little note in to say thank you for supporting a small business. So it's mass market, but they're Amazon small business, I think. Yeah. So that is cool. And there's the Hermit, which is a traitor in the Atea deck. That's the Tower, Misery. So yes, very important esoteric deck in tarot history. Okay, and then, yeah, in any of the Vieux-Monde decks I would recommend. They've got other things. They've got like a Marseille, they've got, what's the Marseille? Gassman, they've got a few things available anyway, and they've got quite a few RWS decks as well available on Amazon. Oh, we're on the last prompt. It's prompt number 13, and it's favourite mass market publisher. So talking of publishers, of collectors' decks, and I have to choose Lo Scarabeo, because several of the decks that I've shown you today are Lo Scarabeo. So, and they've got these different series, and that's what I wanted to show you. So they've got the Anima Antiqua. So I've got the Minchiati Florentine, I've got the Tarocchino al Soldato. Those are the only two Anima Antiqua I've got at the moment. But yeah, I mean, they're always coming out with new ones, so I may well pick others up. And then they've got things like this, the older decks, the Haunted House, Lo Scarabeo. This is like the more standard cardstock, right? But it's really good cardstock. I mean, it's not very thick, but it's very flexy, very shuffleable. And then you've got Lo Scarabeo little minis, like the Solar Busca, which you also saw. Very cute, very shuffleable. I mean, it's thin cardstock, but it's very decent. And yeah, they've got a few in the mini series, a few different small mini tarots, including historical ones. Then you've got things like Dame Fortune's Wheel, which I didn't show. You've got the Morgan Greer was US Games. Don't worry about that. And then, yeah, I've got this one as well. The Ancient Italian, which nearly made it for my Non-Marseilles pip. It's another really nice deck, which I think everyone should have a version of this in their collection. It's the second kind of iteration of the Soprafino, I think. Yeah, another really nice historical tarot that people should have in their collection. And then this one that I showed you before is also Lo Scarabeo. And this is a special kind of series, Horizons. And I'm new to this series, but you know, it's a numbered card. So the Minchiati is also a numbered edition. I got 419 out of 4,000 for the Minchiati Fiorentina, and the same for all of the Anima Antiqua ones. And then this series, the Horizon series, so it says unusual, innovative, experimental and unprecedented are the bywords of this series, which plays host to the most unconventional proposals from the global community of tarot enthusiasts. Our ambition is to create a series of unique and original decks, giving space to research in the field of tarot cards based on innovation and renewal. It's an invitation to venture into unknown territories, discovering mysteries and atmospheres of a world in perpetual evolution. So I don't know if any of you have heard about this series. I hadn't. And I searched for it and I haven't been able to find any other decks in the Horizon series. So I don't know if it's quite a new series. Anyway, I got number 3908 out of 4,000, so they're nearly gone. But yeah, just so nice that Lo Scarabeo is doing that, like picking up indie decks. I mean, this cardstock again, really nice. It's quite chunky. I mean, it's different than the like the Sasha Graham deck. It's quite good quality cardstock, and it's in these nice two-part boxes. You know, so they're doing that, and they're doing the Anima Antiqua, and they're doing historical old decks and mini decks. So I have to give this to Lo Scarabeo as a very important publisher in terms of collector decks and you know, allowing us as collectors to still get hold of all these really important works, and as well as you know, new and developing tarot decks, tarot artists, and yeah, that's it. I've come to the end. I've run out of words. Thanks very much for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. I'd love to see other people's collector editions of this tag. I think Nova's going to do some other editions of this tag as well. And I'm looking forward to those too. So thanks everybody for watching, and have a lovely day. Bye.